I believe y'all can read. And yes, I have credit opened up. You might be wondering why. You need an art service for this crap. Which makes sense, honestly. I won't exactly be making an avatar per se. I'm gonna be just retexturing one, which... Ooh, spooky. Anyways, I'll essentially be going over the process, explaining it in simplicity terms, because it's like almost 12 a.m. for me. You know, and I don't feel like going over things, but this is essentially going to be for people who feel as if they need to learn these things. You'll be able to learn it, right? Makes sense? Cool, cool. I hate how I'm not seeing the thing I had seen. Hold on. Maybe wondering why there's no PNG. I don't feel like setting that up right now. Okay, it's gonna take me way too long. By that I mean I don't want to join the Discord call right now actively. Anyways, I'm grabbing the image again. Don't worry, y'all. Don't panic. It's getting there eventually. No, don't overwrite it, because I want to do this. Cool. Save. Because apparently I need this more often than I'm going to think I will. But I should be able to get it up now. Come on. Well, let's save. I wanted to do this, and then grab the normal symbol. Boo. There it is. This is the model we'll be doing. But here it is. The face, obviously, the pants, the front and back torso, the front and back of the body, the lower body, back of the head, just essentially what you can imagine they are. I do wish I recorded what I had learned earlier, but, you know, we'll work with it. We'll work with what we have. I'm gonna get the face first. This is what I'm going to tackle first, because I'm annoying and because it's gonna take me 30 years. Anyways, let's do this. I think the first thing we need to figure out is what color am I using? I will most likely be using a non-purple, actually. Let's spin the wheel. Okay, I guess we're landing on a teal, which will not look good, by the way. This is not intended to look good. Because again, it's midnight. I'm making this at midnight. I'm just gonna go over here. That's way too dark to go over there. Because you're gonna start hearing me second guess myself heavily here. Well, this is supposed to be moon, but you know what I'm saying, F it. And we're working with this. This was supposed to be moon, yes. But I don't feel like doing moon right now. Why? Because it take me millennium. Secondary, because it's a bitch. So we'll just make a random throwaway character. This is starting to look a little like lunar, I'm realizing. You know, we'll work with it. Essentially, you're gonna color pick a specific color for the body, right? And this is for people who use Krita. You're going to grab the color you're using for Z part of the body. Then just grab your paintbrush and color over. Except for the eyes. Leave the eyes alone. The eyes are not something you want to color over. But everything else, if you want to make your life simple, just do it yourself. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my life not torture. Because I feel like it. And because I don't feel like spending 5 hours individually texture pasting these things. Because you do not know how long it takes. I would like to remain the gold, though. I would like to keep the gold color. The gold color on some things is nice. So I think what you want to do is you want to do your general overview here, like up here, like maybe a little into the torso. But kind of avoid gold bits. I'm wondering why I'm not doing this in several different pieces. It's kind of because that takes a bit to do. in the whole bit of this model, so I'm trying not to take a while on this. Also, I'm not using the filter, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. So we're using the filter a little bit today. But, you know, I can use the filter. Maybe make my life a little easier. I don't know. Actually, you know what? It just controls the entire thing. We're back to basics. Even under the eyebrows, damn it. Essentially just filling the color with the colored areas that you need to get done, and then you're like, how simple this is. I caught up earlier in like 3 seconds. I will tell you paint these in with just one color. For anyone using any hard surface, paint these in with one color. If you use any art surface, just paint them in with one color. Genuinely what I'm going to be doing, and I'm also partially doing this because I do need to like lock in and process things, and this is how I'm going to process it, because, yes. Anyways, you may notice this guy's looking pretty blue, but not anywhere else with the face, currently above the body. We're going to be fixing that. You want to know how? By doing something stupid that we call color gradienting. Anyways, you'll figure out what I mean later. Anyways, we're gonna do a whole process. But what I will say is there is a slightly useful diagram I can try to find. I'd have to have it up in a sort of file. Oh my god. It's semi-useful. Keyword semi-useful. This isn't the most useful thing in the world, but it'll help me out slightly. Here you go. Your emotions and gestures are placed over here in the corner. Your ankles, your shoes, your ankle ruffles, your bells, your other ankle ruffles, your other bells, your hips, your wrist ribbons, pants, hip ruffles, neck ruffles, ruffles belt, ruffles collar, top of hat. Everything else but the inner ruffles are accurate. Fingers, joints, front palm, back palm, all these. So giving it to this person, even though they're at a semi-similar level to me, they're a higher level in the course thing. They made this pretty accurate, because I checked. It's perfect. There's not a singular flaw in it aside from the inner ruffles. That's great, and that's honestly on my end. That I can use this as my reference for when I want to paint something specific. But if you notice, we're barely halfway done with these. And you're asking, why? Why are we only halfway done? It's because this shit takes a while. We're not even halfway done, actually. There's still half the battle. Also, by the way, get your goddamn gestures proper, please. Yes, I already have my thing up. What you need to do, you need to get Go-Go Loco from something, and you need to get your gesture manager, because that will solve your problems. Anyways, I want to go ahead and do this extra stuff that takes forever. Anyways, this, because if you get Go Loco first, you also have to get VRC Fury, by the way. Essentially, if you want your mobility to work with Go Loco, just don't bother reading it, it's just shit it requires. I already have my thing up. The one I'm going over is essentially what you use to publish and make it public. You gotta get Go Loco, then you gotta get... Alright, you gotta grab another VRC Fury, and then it'll do its stuff. And then, there you go. And then what I will mention to you is that what you want to do when your Fury is done, which you'll notice it's I don't know if you noticed it, but it's currently running up for me and doing all its things, compiling scripts. It's completing what it needs to do to essentially put everything in. Alright, first things first. What you've just put in, your vrchat fairy should immediately go into GoGoLoco. You should, hopefully, I'm hoping, not need to worry too much about it. Yeah, in your prefabs folder, it just auto adds to it, so your thing will work in GoGoLoco. And if you're wondering how you get your yada 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 controls, you just go here. I think do I need to add a component? I do need to add a component, don't I? Here, because I want to go ahead and use the VRC Fury, but GoGoLoco all. It's just all working. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to know, is if it's working or not. Which, by the way, it is. Also, please select the model. Go back. Thank you. But essentially, it just needs to be informative that it's controlling everything instead of just the one thing, which is a good thing, I think. If I add a component, is this correct? No, it is not. Oh, right, gotta... Yay, and you can enter play mode. Ensure you go into scene. But basically in expressions, you now have glitched moon, which might be what I make today, or a normal moon, or your sunnet, or your faceplate spin, I suppose. I don't know. Sunray spin normal, pop out sunrays, which I want to fix that spin gesture, but you know, we deal with it. Anyways, there's a little spin to replenish itself, which I feel like is stupid, but essentially that's all you need to know for that. For like the GoGoLoco and your other menus, because it won't pop up here, but it'll pop up in the thing, because too much for this to figure out. Anyways, the quick action, scale your avatar, wouldn't recommend you mess with that. That does kind of fuck everything up a bit, a minor bit. It does though. But yeah, to exit play mode, just click this little blue button at the top, and then boom, he's back to his T-pose. Of course, if you want to do all that other things, do auto fixes too. Just do every single auto fix you need to do. Alright. But anyways, back to working on this, which you have not been seeing the other thing. Essentially, just set up GoGoLoco. And that's all I did. But if you're watching this and you're taking curiosity in making VR avatars, I do recommend you find someone willing to teach you. I know all of what I know right now because someone taught me how to do it, which is why I'm here doing this, is so I can hopefully teach the bare minimum of texturing I know and actually making the model function to the people in my audience. Because I know maybe some of the people in my audience may be interested in making VRChat models like what you see. I don't know. I've made a few videos in VRChat. You've hopefully seen the videos in VRChat. And, you know, it still does take its sweet time to get around to it, but eventually I figured out how the sweet hell you're supposed to make these things. It only took me a week. If we're taking in full time into consideration outside of just the lesson I just had, then we're talking a year. No, not a year, but like a few months. Because I was handed the materials to make it, and then never got taught until just now by a different person. The person who gave me materials required me to get a completely different set of materials, which is a yada 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 yada. Yeah. Just the whole set of that I don't like, but I've learned the basics, and I'm gonna emphasize the basics. Okay, I cannot emphasize that enough. This is not a full-scale tutorial. This is a thing that will take me a few hours to make, because this is just the texturing. this by itself took me 5 hours because they balance between 2 different art systems. But I'm using this one because I like making simplistic ones more than complicated ones. Surprisingly, no. I don't like going overkill. You'll never see me go overkill for an avatar. As far as making it a concern. Alright, what's the next step, person? This is your legs and the edge of legs and the joints and ankles and shoes and the bottom of shoes and the shoes. So I think we work on the shoes next because the shoes are going to take me the longest. And I mean the longest. I'm sorry about that. I just figured I'd dance for a second. Because I'm getting a little bit of boredom. Essentially, what you want to do, you want to start with what's the abyss and then work its way down to your texture color. AKA, I'm working in a gray gradient, but you see kind of auto splits itself. So essentially, use your starkly different colors to get the color that you want for it, and then if you're happy with what you have, go for it, and no one's stopping you. Which I like what mine did. I'll use it. You see, this is why when I'm doing this, I use this color picker tool. You would have seen me use it a lot had I had screen shared my other model making process, which is not at all like a good tutorial. Period. It was crappy, honestly. But, you know, just ensure you fill all these in. All of that. This is a Sun and Moon avatar, by the way. I should preface with that. This is something I received from a friend. But this is also something you could theoretically apply to other avatars if you feel like it. And going through the struggle of it, but I just have a graph here for me. This is the original Freddy Cut models, by the way, and this mouth is also going to be a problem because I don't know what I wanted to put it as. So, you know, initially I would have put this on a video and put a recording me using I's Paint for this, but I'm suffering through a critter, so. But I'm thinking I make it a little bit better, like a little, like that. Well, better than the other one. And of course the teeth are still yellow, so let's get about to fixing that first. Alright, people, alright. So, you will notice it goes over everything. I'm just gonna have drawing my own custom mouth later on, because I like not suffering through pain and, you know, suffering. Anyways, essentially, unless I selected individual pixels, which, by the way, does not help me at all. I couldn't just pick a color. Like, I don't even know what this is. Oh my god. What a good job. Good going. Alright, good going. You're just stupid. Alright, anyways. Heels, no. Alright, so I think I'm leaning the opposite side, yeah? Like a little brighter instead. Sure. My teeth shall be blue, I suppose. Well, this is not gonna be my teeth. If I know anything about Lunar, he's gonna see this smile and be like, oh my gosh, it's glorious. I'll try Lunar, actually. It's just a matter of if you can find them or not. Cough, cough, lunar eclipse, cough, cough. You can guess who I am. I do not sound as cheerful right now, don't I? The fuck? I'm still confused where that thing went. By the way, I am still confused on where that milk went. I launched it into the sun. No, it was an ice cream cone, I believe, actually. Yeah, that thing got launched, like, to a far, far away galaxy. If you notice, I don't stream on anything else but a PC. Now, if you want to know why, it's because this PC is literally glamorous right now. It's just a little laggy on that occasion, which y'all saw quite a bit of lag before. It's because it's streaming daily. That's why I say I do, weekly streams, honestly. Maybe I'll do 1 or 2, but I don't do too much, because doing too much essentially overloads this thing and causes a nice amount of lag. There you go, I have that figured out. At least and it's still yellow on the tint, sadly. But we're fixing it now. We're giving it a no layer. Anyways, so we're gonna actually do something I didn't think of doing freehand to this. Just grabbing this and then grabbing this one's colors and then using that for it instead. Because that might be smarter. Might be just I mean, I don't know about you, but it might be smarter. Could be. Could potentially be just a bit smarter to do that instead. So what I'll do is I'm gonna do the same thing. Same thing for this side bit. Realistically, I could just here, I can just fill these in really quickly. We'll start the color. That took so much less time than me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, and then kind of grab that same color range for it, and then it'll give me the same effect, I think. I believe so. I don't know. But there you go. Well, I colored over something I shouldn't have. Yes, Sirski, I did. I didn't get that little piece there. Anyways, because that's not, from what I just goes, that's not the end of the mouth. Because the end of the mouth always will end in that color right there, folks. He's getting away. Anyways, funny aside, I do need paint bucket, not paintbrush me, paint bucket. There you go. He has a mouth now. I mean, not fully completed. Hold on, hold on. Gotta do this. And yes, if you're wondering, I'm making this 2 colors, because yay, but I'm also going to be putting an insane amount of detail into the shoes more than I will anything else. Essentially, this might become a lunar, which is not going to be fun, but, you know, this already exists, and I just didn't know it did, so we're going to use that instead, dependent on if Lunar feels like he wants this model to be his model. Which I'm hoping to God he doesn't, because this is just Lunar. But, yay. So, essentially, what the Brainiac me before didn't know is that so long as you don't publish the model places, you can just exist. Essentially, if you're making vrchat avatars and you don't want thousands of people to gain access to your avatar, keep cloning off of users on the public, and don't post it to Prismix. If it's on Prismix, it's already gone too far. Cloning essentially just ensures that you don't get your model and snapped up. You don't want a snatched model. Believe me, it will not be fun. But the basics are learn these things before you make, okay? See, I didn't personally experience bullshit with Prismix being buggy, but it can be improvised what would end up happening. It would be chaos, because you'd see it in every single different show you watched on YouTube. Since presuming if you're making a Sam's like avatar, then you're probably making it for a Sun and Moon show of your own. Personally, I make models that I don't give a shit if they pop into another show. Hell, that show will bring more to me. I won't care. Just making models. There are some models, like my moon model, that I'm like here. Let me boot up vrchat. vrchat's going to take a temporary takeover because it's vrchat. It's kind of bound to at this rate. But do I still have my game capture here? What do you send to? I don't need to be swapped over to my game chat. Into my vrchat once it fully loads. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, wait, is it? It's logging in. It shows in the world. And it's connecting. Come on. Speedrun, please. Speedrun. You don't know me, but I know you. Whatever. We're just gonna take a takeover for like 3 minutes, I think. You don't know me, but I know you. It's not wanting to do things. Oh, there it is. Do your little... Yep, there it is. Yeah, you need to take off, huh? Essentially, there will be 3 models, and when I exist, you'll see me being else, I suppose. So if you ever catch me on vrchat and you're a fan, do chat. Anyways, I have 2 models you'll see, 3 technically, that you'll see me in, dependent on whatever, if I decide I want to make these models public, or whatever bullshit. Right, anyways, this one is uploaded avatar. You can find this on Prismax. Name is Abyss. As quite frankly, it is the darkest purple I can find for clothing. You can see it on the lower ruffle there better. And the Abyss of black that I can find on my Krita. So, yay. And then your other avatar you will most likely see me in, more guaranteed, is this one. Because this is also Prismax. This one exists. Go find it. It's called Dark Sun. Anyways, this isn't really Dark Sun. I was putting on like a whole tuxedo for him, and then I realized I had to go through a whole making like of my own texture, and I didn't really feel like it. Since I still don't feel comfortable doing that one. But yeah. The only other one you could potentially see me in, which by the way, this isn't a public model, because obvious, but this one. The only reason you might not see me in these ones is because I may not go through the whole process of going up to the projects and, you know, doing all the bullshit. But I might still, but this one would be non-finished until then, and I know this one isn't published or a public avatar. It is a me avatar only, and so I won't need to worry about it. No, it is on Android, because I need people to see it. Essentially. I do need people to be able to view my avatar. But, this one may end up getting thrown into the publishing box, and I may send it over to my friend. But, yeah. That is I will tell you all that now. Alright? Second thing I will communicate is that these 3 will be the only ones you'll see me in. Now, at the active moment, you will see him, my other dude, the Lunar Eclipse, either in this one, or potentially, depending on what I feel like doing with this avatar, you may see him in this. Oh, no, this is the same avatar, except my camera's on his waist, which is still a problem, by the way. Yeah, you'll most likely see him in his lunar avatar. You may also see him in the celestial brother lunar? Question mark? I'm still not sure about that. He has a little glitched moon and non-glitched moon, and then, you know, has normal moon too, but you'll most likely see him in glitch form, because lunar, and him being, his favorite character being lunar. So, yeah. Anyways, I love this model's colors, by the way. It's a perfect contrast for the man. Anyways, I'm gonna close this now, because I don't have vrchat open for a while. Anyways, back to art. Just figured I'd mention those are the only avatar you'll ever see me in. If I am actually available at a time frame where I'm gonna end up playing that, but I've already been up for 28 minutes. Ha 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 ha. See, I'm doing this partially so I can have a record of how long I have taking these avatars, because goddamn. Anyways, tangent aside, I need to paint these, but I would like painting them the same color as the skin, because for you see that has created a small problem before. Anyways, let's try this again. I'm gonna put on some music. Why not? And before you get concerned, no, it will not be copyrighted crap, because last I checked, my shadow does not care if you use the song in the video.
You love cars, the sound, the power, the challenge. So why not train for an auto career?
I mean, as far as I know, I could be incorrect, but I'm hoping, so, yay. Old Sun and Moon show, yeah, that's what we need to do. I don't feel like listening to that, so we'll just go from here. Essentially, I'm gonna be, okay, so it's gonna be My Star, Stay Dead, Tricked Ya, Insanity, The Truth Comes Out, Act Coming Off, And then darkness. Because yes, and funny, and I'm pretty sure that might be it. Aside from You'll Be Back plus non-stop double cover. That might be a thing. But essentially, this will be a literal background noise. I'm barely hearing it myself. There we go. I now have audio. Because I was going to lose it if I didn't get anything. In this space before, my body is deformed. This can't be happening. I must be dreaming and they communicate. That's what I'm seeing. You wanna play like that? I'll show the whole planet. You could lead me astray. How dare you abandon me? Your star. Or should I say, my star?
I don't care.
I don't care who I kill. When I get the star, you'll obey my every will. Like you. Cause I'll have control. I want to select this one instead of this one specifically. But don't just say anything that I'll have to go where that is of it. Oh my dear Lord. Okay, whatever. You shouldn't be astray. Of my existence, anything. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. There we go. We're back, people. I have you astray. I am this pain. Don't stop crying when it's all my fault. Now. You need to listen to me. What I say is all to believe. There's no evidence that I can show. Guess you'll have to take my word. You couldn't have me. What if I die? There's no way that I survive. No matter now. Since all I look for is my star. Anyway, I got it finally. I struggled with that one. My star. Because I always hold it out a bit. I even held it out there. Longer not. Anyways, just kind of picking an area that's a loose shape around this.
You know, I always say if you have time to scroll, you have time for a call.
I like that.
At AT&T,
I like that.
we guarantee your network.
You
If there's an
perfect player
outage, we
technical.
credit your bill.
Love you guys.
So,
Veterans, get ready for Module 8. And be greater than great!
yeah. Left to back, time to run away. See day and day out, to ignore the pain. I'd rather stay in space, at least of them say. So they call to me, why do you call me? On the floor, I hear knocking on the bathroom door. There's nothing you can do, says you're completely helpless. There's nobody here who can help me out. I'm so like on me. Was there when I was lonely. He's nothing but a psycho killer. He's local, it's income, buzzer, boom, bitty, pop, pop, bitty, pop, pop. See my version of fashion. Nothing but a tool, pop, it, play, come back. Please, no, I think that you stay there. I don't wanna get my head. But I won't see him again. Me instead. Oh, stay there. This is gonna be young. I'm gonna never say. It's just in my head. Stay there. Gotta get the groove to the move to the beat. Run from cameras a bit. When it comes to stand the race, we're trying to survive while being chased. Just keep running, no time to waste. I'm faster, I wanna have master. Just like a killer, he's logo, his income, buzzer, boom, bitty, bop, bop, bitty, bop, bop. I see the girl up in flames. I hear the stuff calling in my neck. Imagine how different the song would have been post Cosmos's crash out, bro. I'm not realistic I should bring it across. I don't know any specifics. I'd rather stay in space. At least I'm saying, they call to me. Why do you call me? So one thing I'll tell you is what it's smart is that you should clone this learner, okay? Because it'll go behind your learner and select this, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with this one. And it will not know. I don't know why, because it's a higher layer now. So what I can do, I can have this, do the surroundings, and then don't worry about it much. They appear from left to right, time to run away. I'm asleep there in there out to ignore the pain. I'd rather stay in space, at least up them say. Just as they call to me, why do you call to me? I'm gonna stop it right there.
Honesty has always been our policy, but the choir's new.
Cool. Bum, 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 bum.
Today, business happens virtually.
But essentially I have like
everywhere.
literally
That's why
2
you need
sets
Super
on the
Bowl
plane,
from
so
T-Mobile. The best plan.
full of humor. Dum dum dum. Do do do. Bum bum bum. I like games and fun. Playing tricks is what I do. Oh, oh. Not an eclipse. Not on the moon. I say it's true. I give a seat to ask questions. I'd rather join. I come from there, you know. Just go. You might need my information. I'm not for my truth. Why did you where? Oh my god. use lines for this, I suppose. Push them a little bit. Package deals instead. Also go over lines. I have a companion. Jawa.
Make it fast and make it quick.
I mean, my phone is for your game, you know, I stay your friend, but I've got every what it is, I love is well feel. But it's just the beginning. Okay, so this is becoming a sloppy circle. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do that. And see, we can just do our little circle item and not torture ourselves, you know? And just... not do that for the life of me. Lovely. Circle selection moment. I can run. Have fun. Oh, this one also splits into two different audios, by the way. I should mention that. There's somebody in my head. There's that one was a decent whoop. I'm very far. Okay, music stopping. Just have to go past that point. Anyways, we're back to just art instead of me singing for half of the stream because I don't feel like doing that. It's gonna torture my vocal cords a bit. No, don't you think? Anyways, I know how things happen now, and I wanna know everything now. Oh yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. I gotta shrink it down slightly. Maybe like a little bit more. Bow bow. Alright, I'm just gonna go up quite a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna say that too. Alright, anyways, now I gotta pick this color. Because I don't feel like going to the abyss for a bell. And then, there you go, and you have your little bell set up. Now what I am gonna do, I am gonna do a little bit of, trickery, or suppose. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna do a little bit of designing to the bell, I suppose. A little bit more in this direction, and whoopsie. So I'm just gonna make it like I have to fill in the bell when I move it, which will not end up happening. So I gotta build it properly. The first time, anyways. There you go, and it exists now. I can't see chats. I wish I could. I can't see chats. We're visiting the grid again. What is the fuck am I looking at? I'm looking at you still. Oh my god. I'm fun. Lovely. Okay, cool. Paint bucket. I don't feel like whoopsies. Again, you gotta do your shape. What are you selecting? I'm all the way over here. What could you, what are you selecting? Oh, I'm selecting the this, because I'm currently not in that layer. And now it should work. Correct. Alright, I gotta turn this more abyss. Because I'm wanting to make it a slightly more darker bit. That's the bottom of the shoes, by the way. This is the other side of the shoes that I've been making. But see what I can do. I'm not the emperor. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing. I'm just gonna end up remaking the model on the other side. But what I should have done, and what I'm gonna admit I should have done, is I should have just gone from where it was here and then just went up with it. But you know, we'll revisit each color and do your little color things it requires. You know, your general gist that is required each consecutive time you do this. I will say, if your avatar is a crap ton of things you need to cosmetize, this, I'd recommend that you worry about that sooner than making the model itself. This is a prefab model, meaning I don't need to care. And there's not that much about making it. I can, of course, accessorize, add them to gestures, all that jazz. Also, there's a whole animation swap I never get into. Candy. I'm sorry, what? I think that's a moon thing. I think that does require the little circular thing, so you guessed it, folks. It's time for Let's Start a Game. No, kidding. Go. Loco. I forgot how to, gesture manager. I should mention that's what you need to do. You need to click your gesture manager. And then, I don't know, figure this out then. I need to refigure this out, because it's not working. Which, the gesture manager shouldn't need a rework. Why did you remove a script? You're the thing I'm using. By the way, I'll go over this eventually, I'll get to it eventually. I'm wanting to know why you're not working. I'm gonna re-input you into the thing. Why is your script removed? Huh? You should have all your things. Just your manager, aroace. Then why can't I do the play thing? I don't know what I'm trying to find. Let me just close down the daycare and then the Go Loco folder. Okay, so Go Loco. And then I guess this is what I needed access for that. But okay, so go back to Go, I suppose. I'm so confused. Why is this not wanting to work? Oh, I have to re-enter play mode like that? And then with the gesture manager shouldn't need to be pushed around like back in the scene. Why do I need it? The gesture manager should open up gestures. Hold on, people, as I suffer through this a bit. Delete. Do I need to just... Hold on, Control Z that. Do I just need to put it outside of that thing and click it? Nope, just gotta completely re-import. Okay. Gotta redo things, hold on. I'm a dumbass. See, there it is, and then but when I enter play mode, it doesn't have gestures, meaning it still will not work, so deletion, and then assets, and then... Gotta redo this. You actually are a tool that is in this thing, so here. This is the easier thing. The gesture manager is easy to set up. Like expressions and glitched moon and all that jazz. Give you a main menu. And yay. He's gonna be thrilled to see this. Referring to my friend, you will definitely know them. Agent and/or Lunar Eclipse. The bastard I made the weird avatar for, and who was in my last stream. Actually, no, they've been in my past 2 streams. Essentially, they're the one that yaps. And doesn't sound like me. They were the co-host for a while. They're going to be main character. I'm going to end up being the main host. I'm going to chat with him about ideas for his character, because we're actually wanting to go in depth. We're not going to start from a point in the show like we did last time, because I kind of hit a wall there. Because the only other main threat was Blood Moon, which they dealt with in the next one. And, you know, they also had Ruin introduced. They were smart with how they did their show, essentially. And we're not. We're starting off. And so we're going to create our own threats, create our own beginning, all that bullshit, and we're going to go with that. But yeah, just now, yay. You also have your normal moon, which I'll never use unless I'm willing to do a ton of other crap. You know, essentially you'll see people using Unity for their models, because this is where you can use your VRC creator. What I will mention, if you get vrchat creator companion, you're going to need to get Unity. Believe me, do it. It's something that took me a second to figure out. You should be able to figure it out, and I would like it to be able to figure it out. So there you go. There's your little tidbit of the day, is that you need to have it exist on your PC pre-end, or it's gonna break shit. Which is not fun at all, by the way. I'm gonna get a little lazy on this one. I'm gonna just fill it in with this color. But the other one was a little cleaner, and I can just clean it up. I just don't feel like going into heavy detail again. Okay, I'm not gonna go into heavy detail again, because I'm going to eventually end up doing that with everything else on this page. It's just I don't feel like going heavy detail onto shoes, the thing that'll end up getting ignored half the time. There you go. Got a little rough art of the shoe, basically. Anyways. Shoe. Or sisu. Whatever. I'm bored, okay? I can cure my boredom some ways. I'm not moving. Ever you know how me want to follow. So you're the what I've already known. I mean, you're never, ever, ever getting rid of me. Oh, you can try. Oh, but ooh. Is there a skeleton thing? Yes, it is. Lovely. Oh, you can try. Oh, but I will never let you ever, ever get rid of me. Ooh. Anyways, I gotta figure out what layer you're on now. And you're on this one, so I can just Control C and Control V, and then scale you up to here. So it's over here. It's okay. I can just grab the eraser tool and just delete that. AKA meaning I could have done that from the start. Anyways, is there even... Oh yeah, I forgot it. It's its own tool on the side. Now when you grab your little grab tool, it should only grab this and nothing else. Okay, so wait, it's still grabbing shit. Just deletion. That should help. Do I stand correct? Move tool. Grab. Yay, it's on thing. Holy crap, okay. It only took forever. Now I could just control C and control V and then just paste it over. You'll find out why I'm doing this instead. It'll just make my life a little simpler each time. Okay, and because now I can grab the normal background I here, Control C, and then Control V, and this, if you notice, this is gonna make a crap ton of layers. Ignore it. I just need to use a shit ton of layers for this, sadly, because I'm copy pasting them. I will compress this eventually back down all into one layer. Do not worry, it will be done that way, and will hopefully be completed by that way. But I'm not gonna go into super big detail. This will have the minimalistic detail. Okay. I'm just doing it for this bit actually, because these bits are just a little annoying to repaint in, honestly. Actually, we're just gonna Control Z, 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 and we'll just do that. We'll leave it at this, and then I can just retexture those, and we'll go forward. Well, actually, I can just redraw these two. Boom, there you go. Anyways, I'll give y'all content. I don't feel it. No, I'm kidding, I do. As long as I'm doing this, and I don't have to resize. Okay. There, that's fine. Let me try something. If I square select because this is not a exactly the best shape in the world, because it isn't a circle. It isn't exactly a square either, but funnily enough, it is selectable with this tool. Cool. Anyways, put it a little forward and do a little bit of that, a little bit of that, 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 and that, 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 that. This is also because I know Asian has the potential of watching this tomorrow, and you know, figured why not he have content to watch while he's doing boring things for his homework. Because I'm a good friend, you know? Alright, cool. Got the bell texture now. Lovely, only took me 30 years. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the first thing you're gonna want to start doing. Did I do it wrong? Oh no, it's because I'm on the eraser tool. But did I do it right? Yes, I did. Lovely. So I can just... No, I'm kidding. I wish I could, but I can't. I had to do a little bit of individual pixeling, but it shouldn't take me that long, and definitely will not take me forever. Actually, it doesn't matter. I can fill in that little gap. It's just empty space. Alright, anyways. Now we're gonna be semi-vibrant tealish, and grab a line tool with a little thinner, a little flare. Thank you. And just put... I guess I'll put my little thing here instead. I usually put on like a star for something, but you know, I'll do that. And then I guess I usually use a circle for this one, so I use a circle here too. Oh. Oh. Cool, I can do it in this one too. Oh. And if you observe on my avatars enough, that you'll eventually end up seeing, you'll see a few are a little hidden, but they'll always say moon. You'll find them. Eventually. See, that's a small little detail. You'll find it everywhere. And I mean every year. I'm gonna reboot up vrchat, which is gonna do its takeover again. Boot this up and also loads up vrchat. I'm gonna preface with this, and we've already been at this for an hour, and I have maybe half of the battle done. Not really even sure on that. Because essentially, I've completed the body, the hands. Oh, there it is. You see it? It's connecting. Yay! You're kind of unsure. Why is it taking you 30 years to connect to the home world? Damn it! Thank you. But yeah, if you pay attention a bit to my models, you will see it eventually. Now see, one of them is a little more than the other. See, we won't have to view it in the preview, but if you look right on that little star right there, you'll notice the word moon. Now mind you, you cannot see this in third person, but it's a little bit more visible. It's on the foot. It's on the little leg on one of the stars, you'll see the word moon on it. Did it with the other one, I think, too? My marks on. I think I put that one on the face. Where did I put it? I think I put it on the back of the head. Oopsies. I didn't put it on the base yet, though. Planning on doing that, though. Planning on definitely doing that. Planning on doing this one and giving it the nice treatment of, it's better. And it has the mark on it. Because it's supposed to be, even if I, slightly stared into the forehead a bit, it's supposed to be there. But it's under an eyelash for some reason. But yeah, no. Each one has it. You just gotta be observant. And, well, Moon has one on the star, but, Lunar Eclipse doesn't, I think. It might have one on the star, too. Does it have one on the star, or? No. Then where is his? I know he has one. I don't know. Well, this is a crappy lunar, so I'm gonna get this off of my screen, please. I do like Abyss, though. This is personally my favorite one I've made. Anyways, if anyone who's online. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just hop on for the day, and how about this hour's worth? And we'll see you later. Alright, bye.